This is Reaver.com TV. Hello, I'm Charlie Gunningham.
And I'm Alex Lush. And this month we're going to be heading to Hillary's to find out the pros and cons of beachside living. And we're also going to be talking to some young guns in the real estate game.
But first, with the government about to cut subsidies on solar panels on your roof, is now the time to start installing them. I've been finding out. Intuitively, it makes sense. There are 290 sunny days here in Perth every year, so shouldn't we all be using solar panel energy? How much is it going to cost? Is it going to slash my energy bills, or is it just going to make me feel good? I've come here to meet Nick, friend of mine, to find out what the deal is. Nick Struley built his own house here in Willagee in Perth's southern suburbs. He'd always been passionate about sustainable living and so was determined to build a solar passive property. He took advantage of various government incentives and is now reaping the rewards of this investment. So has it been worth it?
Yes, Charlie, it has. It's been a great project. We thought about it a lot, living in this fantastic climate where we have a lot of sun. The house is built on the axis, meaning that all the big open windows are perfectly due north, which allows the winter sun to stream in when it's low. And in the summertime, when it gets hot, the sun is at 12 o'clock, so you don't have really any sun coming in. And you have to manage the house, though.
Yeah, so what sort of money are you saving?
Well, I'm energy neutral. What we do is we get credits during the about 6-7 months of the summer. We're exporting about 12 kilowatts. And then in the wintertime, we use a few electric heaters which draw down. So at the end of the day, with running a washing machine, a dishwasher, a large TV, and 2 active kids, we're not paying anything for energy.
Presumably all of you become more aware about opening windows. You don't have an air conditioning, so you've got to think a little bit more. Your lifestyle's adjusted a bit?
Yeah, in the summer before you go to bed, you open the windows and you let the house cool down. In the morning when you get up, you close them up. And it's sort of the reverse in the wintertime.
Now, once these panels are up on your roof, they'll continue producing energy for the next 25 years with very little interference. Paul Dwyer is the sales manager for My Solar. Okay, Paul, big question to start with. How much does one of these systems typically cost?
Basically, a 1.5 system is the most typical system that's sold in the market. Under the new federal rebate scheme, typically that was going to cost you around $5,000 from here on in. A 3 kilowatt system, which is a larger system, which normally will close to 100% power most average households, that will now cost between $10,000 and $11,000 depending on the components used.
Now, I hear the grants are being reduced for putting power back into the system in WA. So is it a time to rush in now and get the panels on your roof?
Yes, there's 2 components to this question. Yep. There's a 30th of June cut-off for installations under the federal rebate scheme. That's typically going to add about $2,000 to the price of a system. The second component of the state feed-in tariff is they're reducing it currently from 47 cents to a 27 net feed-in tariff. Yep. What this basically means, it will not increase the price of the system itself, but it will increase the payback period.
So how long does it take to pay back?
The payback period typically on a 1.5 kilowatt system presently is around 4 years. This will now increase to just over 5 years.
Right, so typical house, 4 to 5 years to pay back. By then, the installation cost is basically paid back.
That's right, and then from then on it's just reducing your energy costs, depending on the size of the system as to how big that benefit is.
And what about putting them in? Is it a big job to put them in, or is it just a half a day, get in, get out?
No, it's a very simple process. It's about a 6-week process from woe to go with all the necessary approvals required. Well, then when we actually get to site, it's basically done within about 3-4 hours, the job is complete.
So something this extensive, this is top of the range, this will just take half a day to install?
Yes, easily.
And you just turn it on into electricity and you're earning power straight away?
Yep, the system is fully commissioned by the time our installers leave site and you start receiving benefits immediately.
So, assuming that solar panels are a good idea on the roof, thought I'd ask a local real estate agent, Justin Bowker from Ross and Galloway here at Willagee, does it add value to the property?
At the moment, probably not, but as moving forward, it's going to be something that's standard in the future. But as far as marketability goes, saleability, it's something that a lot of people are looking for. So, you know, in the future, I think it will be.
So now might be the time to get in there before the benefits are cut, literally this month. Improve the saleability of your house, reduce your power bills, and feel good about the planet. Solar power may be the way forward.
Well, meeting new people, the advantage is a big point for me. But covering the South Lake area, I'm new to the industry. My first year, a lot of other agents are saying I'm doing quite well in the industry at the moment. So I don't know what it was like last year, but at the moment I'm selling 2 properties a month, which is pretty good, I think.
Well, I cover the Success area and surrounding suburbs. Although it's a tough market at the moment, I've always been passionate about real estate. Real estate's always been a passion for me. So coming into the market now and being new, you're fresh with that passion is still there. You haven't lost any of that passion.
Well, I work in the Joondalup market. We're really fortunate to have quite a diverse range of properties, right from the single 1-by-1 apartments right up to the larger properties. So every appraisal is different and it presents new challenges.
I'm keen, I'm showing myself I'm keen, I'm ready to go. I've got fire in my belly and I don't know whether it is my Welsh accent or anything, you know.
Well, I follow up immediately. I don't leave it. I think that's a big thing. We do hear a lot of our clients saying, well, you know, the follow-up is what they've appreciated. So that's top of my list, to get back to somebody as soon as possible.
Well, obviously being quite new, your motivation levels are quite high, very enthusiastic, you're out there meeting people, and I suppose especially in a tough market where buyers are few and far between, you really want to make sure you're working with those buyers as much as possible in order to find them something suitable.
We are the #1 selling agents for First National in Australia. We have been for the last 3 years, so that's a big advantage to us. And it's just being honest with the people, you know. So it's just whether they choose you or somebody else, it's their choice. But you just put yourself out there, and you really have to market yourself and their property in the right manner. I'm
a people person. I believe that I've got integrity, which I think is important. Just selling real estate and getting the sales isn't what's important to me. It's making sure that you help your client to achieve what they would actually like to achieve, whether it's a sale this time or not. So it's really keeping the client in the forefront of your program and helping them.
Well, I think being enthusiastic is one thing, but also not having experienced this sort of a market before. I don't have any preconceived ideas as to where the market's heading or what the next step is. So that positivity, I guess, carries off to your buyers and your vendors and allows them to sort of see those sort of qualities in you, and that's obviously quite appealing to them.
Golden sands, beautifully clear water, a choice of restaurants and activities for the kids. Must be Hillary's. A mostly residential suburb of 11,000 people, Hillary's is 21 kilometres north of Perth CBD and is now probably best known for those water slides, its bars and restaurants.
Oh, it's cheap, you can hang out, you don't have to pay anything to hang out here. It's great location, great weather and huge range of things to do. You've got from pizza to Italian and great surf shops.
Yeah, I come about once a week, just for the restaurants. They're always open and yeah, it's just really relaxed atmosphere and nice.
Because there's lots of things to do and there's really good restaurants and lolly shops and lots of ice cream shops. And I like the water slides and all the fun things to do.
Originally, the suburb was named after an early settler, Bertram Hillary, who came to the area during the Great Depression. He built a boat shed with his brother on the beach here in 1930 for himself and his family. For many years, they were the only residents of what is now Hillary's, and the nearest store at North Beach to the south was a 5-kilometre walk away. During the Second World War, the Australian Army used the area and named it Hillary's Beach on their maps. Hillary's died in 1957 and the shack was destroyed in a fierce storm in '64. The boat harbour has been a top attraction for Perth locals and visitors since it was built here in 1987 for the America's Cup. Sorrento Quay, which is just behind me, was built the year after, and together they've really fuelled the growth of the region. This is also the place to come if you want to catch a whale-watching cruise or a ferry to Rottnest. So what sort of property are we looking at around here? There's plenty of housing from the 70s and 80s, and over the last 5 years there's also been a substantial development of double-storey houses and mansions close to the boat harbour. That's seen the median house price climb dramatically to about $800,000. So is it worth the relatively high price tag? And what's the vibe in Hillary's? Kim French has lived here with her family for 8 years.
I find Hillary's very energetic. The vibe I get is that I want to not be sort of staying around the house all the time. I want to get out and about and enjoy the beautiful walkways, the parks. I mean, across the road from me, for instance, I've got 3 lakes and acres of beautifully manicured, thank you to the City of Joondalup, gardens, which I don't have to look after, that we and my daughter and I and my dog can enjoy roaming around in for hours when we've got the chance. So, I mean, I've lived all over Perth. I came here originally from Victoria back in '92, and I've lived north, south, east, west, and I've chosen to live here specifically because of the amenities, all the offerings that it has, such as the dog beach, direct access to many beautiful beaches which are so picturesque that you'd see them on any painting or postcard. It's just stunning and a real privilege to live here.
With a fantastic range of unspoilt beaches right on your doorstep, both north and south. If oceanside living is for you, you can't afford to miss Hillary's off your shortlist.
So we've come to the end of another Rewa.com TV show. Thanks for joining us. Next time, we're going down to Fremantle in our suburb section. So if that's your neck of the woods, do check us out on the Facebook page. Maybe you can join us.
We're also going to be talking to some more real estate experts and finding out how to present your house at a home open. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.